Here we are. Welcome back. This is Adam and Angeline once again on weekend 2 of our UTS 100 recce. So this weekend we're doing the other, well, not the 50k part of the 100k race, and we're starting here at the Pennepass. Well, it's Pennepass, and we're going up to Glitterback, I think. There's a stile there, but there's also a wall here I can climb up. Might as well start the challenge early. So this is our trip up to the first lump, which is Glitterback. We're doing, if we were doing the race today, we would be doing Kissing Gates one only. We'd be doing three legs of the UTS 100 today, over to the glitter section to begin with, followed by the Pennyroll Wen Carned Daffyd section, and then a final slightly lower section into Capel Curig. So that's the plan today. The weather's looking beautiful. So the first section towards the glitters is extremely boggy. We've both got wet feet. So if you were planning a number of sock changes or shoe changes, I would advise that it's probably too early at this point, because I think before this point you'd probably have dry feet from the first descent of Snowdon on the 100k. So if you do plan on changing the socks a couple of times, it might be this next checkpoint, or if you're planning to look after your feet, dry them out and then sort of change your socks and stuff. But there would be no point in changing your socks at Pennepass because they would be getting wet immediately afterwards. So I'd say it's probably too early.
People, that is, you can see the snow in the background. That's Snowdon. That's the top of Snowdon. In front of us is Crib Goch, and we can see a few people up it. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but we can see about 15 or so people clambering. What did I say? Clambering up. And we can still see Pennepass, so I'm guessing we're not that far up the glitters yet. It's a lovely view. It's a lovely day. It's probably better than any of the other 2 days we did. No wind, which is nice. What's just happened?
I thought I could jump the bog, but I couldn't.
Did you?
And I slipped, and I have a wet bum.
We've got a good line up here. I think we're actually on something called the Cambrian Way at the moment, which is a named footpath going up to the glitters. I've got a new pair of shoes on today, the Innovate, what are they called, Trail Flies. There you go, the Innovate Trail Flies in jet black, which I'm very much enjoying on the rocks. They're very grippy on the rocks. They're probably not going to be perfect in the mud. Not every shoe can be good at everything, but so far I've been very happy on the rocks. Out of the 3 shoes I've worn recce in this course so far, I know it's early days, but they feel like they're probably better than the other 2 choices I made previously. It's 12 o'clock now. We started at 10:40, so 1 hour 20. 1 hour 20, we're nearly at the top of the glitters. That's pretty good going, I think. Glitterback. Trying to do too many things at once here. So that was, yeah, 1 hour 40 to get up to Glitterback. This, you're not going to get it, because you never do. But this is incredibly steep. And we've got snow to worry about as well. It's a bit slippery. So, yeah. We do, you're right. Okay, we need to go down here.
Hope you're not going to film my death.
Hope not. If I do, I'll put it on YouTube because it'll be good for hits.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Do you want me in front of you or behind you?
In front.
Okay.
Don't care. Whatever the best angle is.
What, for the film? I'm going down. I'm definitely going down in a minute, a few times. Got cold at the top of the glitters, put all my clothes on, now I'm boiling again. I think that's going to be the theme of the day. Oh, shit. Oh, scratch my shin. Fuck. Woo. Oh, I proper bashed my shin there on a rock. My foot went back like that over a big rock. Just as I turned the camera on.
I saw that.
You saw me go? We've both had a bump now. It's not too bad, it's more of a shock.
Oh.
Just a little graze, it's fine.
That's going to be a massive bruise.
Yeah, we're going to have a big old bruise there, but a nice reminder of the day. Woo. Just had our second casualty of the day. You'll notice that Angelina's chomping down on a lovely sandwich.
Which I offered to share.
Which she's offered to share. That's a bit of a spoiler. I tripped again. I tripped again and I dropped the sandwich in a puddle. There's nothing around except this tiny little puddle, and the sandwich went straight into the puddle. So we had to lose it, we had to leave it behind. In other news, we are just descending Glitterback now down to the road. And it's really a bit nasty. We've got a path at least now, so it's a bit less nasty down here. But I don't know, my confidence has been a bit knocked a little bit from that fall earlier.
Along with your shin.
Along with my shin fall. I hope there's no more emergencies.
Oh, Adam.
What? What have you done?
Nothing.
What?
Don't say things like that.
Don't say emergencies. Oh, you love to touch wood, don't you? I've got a superstitious type behind me. I'm going to put this away now because this is getting techers again.
Did you just say techers?
Techers, technical. And it's 1:11, meaning we've been out for over 2 hours. Basically 2 hours, 2.5 hours exactly. 2.5 hours to do 3 miles. But we are coming down to the bottom now. There is a path here. So I'm hoping that we can start speeding up a bit, because that is pretty shocking. 3 miles in 2.5 hours. It's still weird with standing water underfoot. Can't really see whether it's there or not. Got a nice long run for about a couple of kilometres, and then we're up climbing again this little lump. Absolutely spotless water here in Snowdonia. This is a nice pleasant part of the course. And this is a nice pleasant part of the course. Let's assume you'd have been going, what, 4 and a bit hours, 4.5 hours or something by now?
Really?
What we are, I mean, we're on about 3 here, aren't we?
3.5.
3.5. Oh God. Recce's take ages. So thank your local course marker when you see him. I do like a bit of navigation, but I'm no good at it. Definitely not in a race capacity. I've done a couple of orienteering events and I came dead last in an orienteering event once, behind 2 80-year-olds. So quite a...
You've got a lot more experience.
I mean, I guess I have really. Yeah, thanks. She always defends me. She always defends me. She's great. I think that's Trivan. There, we should be going round Trivan, so that should be Trivan. If it's not Trivan, we're lost. We had a bit of a bonk up top here. We've taken some salt tablets and some ibuprofen, some paracetamol, because we're not feeling too good. And we're going to have a little think when we get back down to this campsite about how we're going to go forward, because we've got a huge section ahead of us, a very high section ahead of us, and it is already 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're not entirely sure if it's wise to be going up there. Coming into that campsite, I think now in the next 10 minutes or so, 5 minutes even. So that section has taken us, we started 10 to 20 to 11. It's now 3:16. Hell yeah. And that section just whooped our ass. Yeah, we're going to have a little think down the bottom here as to what we want to do next, because it's quite a big section next. And we did want to go out for dinner tonight, so we'll have to have a little conversation when we get to the bottom. We don't actually have as much food with us today as we had last week. So at least when we finished late last week, we were able to snack on food we had. It's not an option today. I don't think, at least we don't have as much. We've come out on the road. Our plan was to get some fresh water at that campsite, and we saw the landlord, or the campsite owner, politely asked, and he declined. So we didn't get any water, so we don't have enough water to take us up there. We're pretty short on time as well. So what we've decided to do is we're going to go out there tomorrow and do a loop of this section tomorrow. In the meantime, we're going to run to the next checkpoint along the road and then pick up the course from there and do the final bit into Capel-Curig. We're back on the course, heading in towards Capel-Curig. I think that's Pen Lithric in front of us there, well, not in front of us, to our left. I think that's Pen Lithric, or is that Pen Lithric? I don't know. It's on the map, and I've been up there before, but I can't remember what it looks like because I was up it and I wasn't looking at it. So all we've got to do now is circumnavigate a lake, which should be coming up soon, and then go up and over into what looks like a foresty track and back down into Capel-Curig. Nice lake. So we're going round it to the left. We've got to go round it and then sort of up a little bump and then down into Capel-Curig, and we'll be done. This section's very nice underfoot. A lot of puddles, a lot of wet bits, but maybe come May it'll be a bit drier. But otherwise fairly good trod underfoot. I'll show you. On our final 5 miles now, which is going to take us around this lake and then up that, around the back, and then back down to Capel-Curig. And then tomorrow we're going to do that section I mentioned before that we didn't really have time to do today. We're on 2 levels here. Oh, we've got some people to follow. So there's some nice people up ahead who passed us a minute ago, who have done all of the stuff that we were meant to do today, and they were still pretty sprightly as they came past, which was good to know. Good to know that the Carnet section hasn't broken them completely, so we've got that to look forward to tomorrow. So much bog on this far end of this course. So maybe the shoe change isn't as necessary or warranted as possible, because as soon as you head out again you get wet feet again. It's pretty desolate here. Here's some of that bog I was talking about. Look at this. Pretty scary. It's quite a scary bog. Can't really see the bottom. None of the bogs have been particularly deep. In fact, much clean the shoes here. Only for them to get.
Right.
Well done, enjoy.
As elegant as possible.
Enjoy.
Have a good day.
There's still people coming up and down this mountain. Wouldn't be my first choice, this bit. We're not out of the woods yet. We're in the woods. And after 5 seconds of running, we hit another bog patch. Bloody hell. I don't like bogs very much, but they're part of everyday life here in trail running world. 6 o'clock. I think we're about half an hour away now.
An hour?
Half an hour? About half an hour away now from the car, which is nice, and it's all downhill. It's all downhill. Those runners who came past us did say it was very slow going on the Carneths. So I'm glad we didn't go up at 3 in the afternoon with no water. So I'm glad we didn't go up there today. But we've got plenty of time to do it tomorrow now. Does mean we'll miss Mol Shabod, but we've decided that we're going to go up Mol Shabod on the Thursday we arrive in Snowdonia for the race in May. So we'll give that last recce, this last 10k I need to do of this 100k course. So we'll do that. We'll do that as we arrive. I think I've been up it the other way before, and I think it's fairly straightforward. So hopefully a bit all right. But I do feel a lot more confident now. I've seen about 70% of the course. So by tomorrow I'll feel even better. There is some sort of path here. Still going up. We're around to the sort of Crimpau section now. So we weren't close. I'm hoping we're about half an hour max away from the checkpoint, or from our car essentially. But we've got to climb through this, somewhere through this gap here. Final descent into Mol Shabod. No! Final descent into Kapalkuri. We're running again.
And hallucination.
Are you hallucinating? What can you see? I can see a pub dinner. We're back at the car. Finalemol, 29 kilometres run today. And I'd imagine probably about, I don't know, 1,600 metres?
I'll tell you.
You'll tell me in feet.
5,050 feet.
5,050 feet. 5,050 feet, so we can assume it's not quite 2. It's about 1,600, something like that. I'll put it on a graphic on the screen. We've done that today. Pretty knackered. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.